Blade Runner.
It is Goldeneye, 1995. Pierce Brosnan. I think the director.
Brosnan.
Was it Brosnan?
Brosnan.
Get
out.
I'm dyslexic. Get the hell out. I struggle with.
I thought it was your favourite film.
It's one of my favourites. He's my favourite Bond.
So, Bond film. It's interesting, isn't it? Go on then, introduce it.
So, Goldeneye, Pierce. I can't pronounce certain words and I get fucking
piercings.
Pierce Brosnan.
Mm-hmm.
Did I get it right?
Yeah.
Buzzing. So. It's quite stacked in terms of names. You got Judi Dench.
Mate.
Dencher. You got Sean Bean.
Wait, Julie Walters, right?
No,
Judi Dench.
Judi Dench.
Judy Dench.
Get out.
No, Julie Walters.
What fucking film are you watching? We're not on Billy Elliot anymore.
Oh yeah. Sorry, it's Judy Dench.
Right. So, fucking Goldeneye, yeah, right.
Starting again.
Goldeneye, yeah. Don't even know this shit, yeah.
No, but I'm just trying to think of what Goldeneye means to me.
Yeah. Alright, then Goldeneye. What does it mean to you?
It means to me a little fucking golden eye there, just looking.
It's just a villain who's got a fucking gold eye, and they've gone, look how golden eye that looks in it. Like the film's based in Salford. That's how sick this film is.
Yeah, man. But no, it's fucking like pure Bond. Basically, it's 100% pure Bond.
Oh yeah,
pure Bond.
It's purely
typical
bonded.
Filmed in like similar like countries. Like it always starts.
Yeah. So it opens. To be honest, this opening sequence is pretty fucking sick.
It's so cool.
I immediately was like, all right,
and it's pure Bond.
It's pure Bond.
I think the soundtracks and stuff over the film are just proper like 90s, and like because I obviously you two might have done it, played the game as well. Growing up. So like every time you had it on, it says resume game. You'll like
best
pause
music ever.
Yeah, and it's like dun, dun,
Do you remember that music?
What's that?
Do you remember that music?
Yeah.
The mad loading music.
I forgot what like the noises
there's a sound in the film that goes.
Yeah, it's proper
like
cool.
And I was like, that's what it's from.
Oh,
this
is going to be sick.
Yeah.
Do you know
Very unique.
No, definitely. Well, because he's running in it Russia Archangel chemical weapons facility.
It's always it's always a certain. I think every opening film of Pierce, pretty much like in all of them, like he always enters like some mad facility what's got army tanks, fucking planes, nuclear warheads, chemicals, like, and they're stealing something or they're trying to get something back or something. I think it's in Russia, is it?
Yeah. So it's in Russia, and basically like the dam is so fucking high, like. And because the plane comes in, doesn't it? Or no, is there a plane? I think it's something like, and you see how tall the dam is. And then you see him fucking like running across the thing.
Yeah, because he fucking jumps down, doesn't he? He gets like a thingy belt.
Yeah. He's got that sick gun where he's like, and then like brings it. And then it also doubles as a little laser gun.
Yeah.
Yes, to get
so straight away you're getting gadgets.
Yes.
You're getting fucking. Brosnan just
and you're not seeing him as well.
Yeah.
You're kind of like showing like
because
his eyes, and it's
this
like,
was the first film as Pierce Brosnan, so they're like, let's not show him yet.
Yeah.
Let's not show
it's
his
always.
face.
I honestly, I thought it was like an Asian guy at first. I was like, oh, this is like a villain.
Yeah,
it's like an Asian villain.
Oh really?
Yeah. I was like, right, okay.
Have you never seen it before?
I have, but like, yeah. Well, mate, it's either that one or Tomorrow Never Dies, another one.
Yeah. James Wong.
The name's Wong. James
Wong, yeah.
Wong.
I've watched the
Wong.
B-movie version, James Wong.
The Hollywood B. So it's showing him like, sneakily getting into this building.
Yeah, so his first thing is he fucking like...
Yeah.
But it's weird because he comes into the men's toilets.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like, if he's planned that out...
it's a bit
why
mad,
going
innit?
into the men's? Why you going
directly above the only person in a cubicle as well.
Yeah.
It's like, right, I could probably dangle in this cubicle.
Yeah.
It's like 4 cubicles, but he's like, I'm going to dangle him where this guy's reading the paper.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And then
What does he say?
Oh, so the guy's reading the newspaper, and straight away, like, he's going to come in here, and then the guy just goes, and then Pierce Brosnan's first line, he goes, beg your pardon, forgot to knock. Bang! And then just knocks him clean out with one punch.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay.
It's full of them lines as well.
Yeah.
Peppered
So
throughout.
many one-liners, and then he obviously comes out the toilet, and it's like an epic kind of.
Well, I think the whole script is basically just like one liner after another. Like because they're all just doing this.
It's
back
Bond,
and
though,
forth.
isn't
Yeah, yeah, no, exactly.
It's got to be like no other film could like do something like kill someone and say like like Iron Man or someone.
Yeah.
Or just any like sort of action fucking movie guy, but comes out the toilet. It's the sixth scene where he's got the gun down the stairs. He's got it like that, and he's like, dun, dun, dun,
yeah, that's
dun.
the first time you're like, oh, this is Pierce Brosnan as Bond, just like loving life.
And you're like, oh shit, and then he bumps into Sean Bean, who at first you think, fuck, he's been caught already. Because Sean Bean says something in Russian, I think.
Yeah.
And then he goes,
he does.
I'm alone.
Yeah.
And then he's just pans in, and it's Sean Bean. He's just
Aren't we all?
And I think he says, the line typically goes, James for England, ready to save the world again? And it's like, fucking hell.
006. Yeah,
006, yeah. And then, so they go into this room, and then obviously James Bond, he's straight away like, something's not right, it's too easy. Because they're getting into all the main rooms and shit, and he's just like, well, it's about luck. And he goes, what's the other bit about? And he's like, oh. And then, they start fucking putting all the detonators everywhere. And then I think
they're doing all this like banter back and forth, like
proper like don't worry, we're gonna die in a minute. But he goes, buy me a pint.
Yeah, last orders, Alec.
Last orders, Alex. You get the pint. Let me just get this fucking grenade on the fucking barrel or whatever.
Yeah.
Last orders, Alex. Come on, James.
Mine's a pint. But So then obviously Sean Bean gets captured.
He's on his knees.
Sean
like, you don't
Bean's
see
looking
any
fresh
of it.
as well.
Yeah, Sean Bean.
I
didn't
think that's one of
recognise him at
his
first.
kind of.
That was peak Bean.
Yeah,
Peak Bean.
Peak Mr. Bean. Wasn't that like one of his first main roles, would you say? Because after that, obviously, he's known for being in like gangster kind of like typical Cockney like films and stuff.
Well, I think James Bond films traditionally have got whichever actor at that time is like hot to be, you know what I mean? They've just come off a great film, and they usually won an Oscar or they've, you know what I mean? So I feel like, because it's like with Javier Bardem and there's been loads of like
villains.
What's he called? Christopher Waltz.
Robert Carlyle.
Yeah, Robert Carlyle. They've always got like because he played Begbie, so like they always get whoever is like
in the British eye, it's like they're killing it at the moment.
So I think Sean Bean was in like a TV program that was popping at the time.
Right, okay.
Must have been or some sort of film like.
This is from the vaguest parts of my memory.
It's 95, innit? So, because I only really remember Sean Bean from the 2000s onwards. Like he's in Lord of the Rings and like Outlaw and like all these sort of like fucking gangster.
Let me have the ring.
Let me have the. You take the ring to Sauron. He didn't say that in Goldeneye, by the way. Last orders, James. You take the ring to Sauron. Kill them all to hell, James. But he said, so like. He's planting all the things, and it goes quiet. When Pierce is like, James Bond, he's like planting all these things, and then he kind of goes, Alec, and then you can't hear anything. Then he kind of goes around the corner, and then he's just on his he kind of goes. And then he's just on his knees perfectly, like you didn't even hear all this commotion in the background, and all the fucking soldiers are around him, and he's like, put your gun down, and then obviously Sean Bean sticking to the mission, he just turns and he goes, screw them all, blow the hell to hell, James. And then
blow them all to hell.
Yeah, I say, blow them all to hell, James. And then he gets shot, doesn't he?
Gets shot in the head, supposedly.
Supposedly.
Yeah, exactly. And then, I was like, surely not.
Yeah. But Pierce like acting like he goes back around the barrel and he goes like fuming. He's like, he was getting last orders in. Fucking prick.
I'll never get that pint.
I'm not gonna get a fucking half pint now. No calling here. And then he kind of like fucking comes out, and then he goes behind that barrel of like whatever it is, and he's
so funny.
Gas. It's some kind of like explosive gas.
Don't shoot. You'll hit the gas. And he's going.
Yeah, is it very good, Mr. Bond?
He kind of gives a look and he goes,
very clever, Mr. Bond. Oh, this is my chair.
I stand with the barrels. But Bond.
Very
nice.
But where is your wife?
And then, typically in Bond fashion, he hits the wall with the cage of barrels, and then because he goes, you fuck now, mate. And then he just goes like, he says, he goes, psh,
and then doesn't he shoot all the fucking things? And
yeah,
they all
that must have hurt that.
Yeah,
they were well every
yeah,
then. They just like fucking,
yeah,
man. All them
gas.
fly out, and then he gets on the conveyor belt, fucking flies out rapid.
Oh, and mate, when the plane comes and he's like, fuck
Oh,
off, mate.
mate.
Yeah,
so
I think he
crazy.
just acknowledges, he's like, this is the only way I'm getting out of here alive.
Yeah.
Just shoots like, he's getting shot at by 50 guys.
Oh, yeah.
Misses him and he stands up and goes,
Yeah. One of my notes is James Bond will never get shot.
no, that's it.
Do you know what I mean?
He'll
It's
never
like-
get shot.
Yeah.
He'll get shot more or less against one person. But when it's 50 soldiers, because back then in the 90s as well, every time a shoulder soldiers got shot or anyone in a particular war zone, they always go, da! Just go, nah! Just flat on the floor. And then he thinks, right, and he's like, right, last orders. And then he just legs it after the plane, catches up with it somehow.
Yeah, no, he fucking dives off and he.
No,
to be fair,
before
it
that.
looks quite. Oh, before
Sorry,
that.
before that. So he runs after the
yeah,
plane.
yeah,
Plane's
yeah.
going a pretty thing, and he just suddenly gets right up to it and just goes,
Yeah.
Gets
throws
in it.
and then they both fucking come out, don't they? He somehow
Right.
gets a fucking motorbike off one of the guys who's driving towards him 50 miles an hour, and then he's like, right, fuck it, fucking just flies off the plane. And then what baffled me the most was when he's in midair and he's just going towards the plane. The best bit about it is he gets to the door of the plane and he just stops moving and just kind of goes,
Like
man.
in midair, like.
yeah, like he's literally like, oh, he's not going, this plane's going way faster than me, but like he's literally like giving it all. But when he's in the shot of the door, he just goes, "Hey, that was easy, that." Climbs in and he's like, and the plane's and you're just like, oh, is he
Pull
gonna crash?
up. Pull
Yeah.
up.
And then
It doesn't say that in that, but
Yeah.
well, that's
Yeah.
what you imagine.
And then
Yeah.
They do that classic shot where it's like when they want to do a plane and whether it's gonna crash or not, and they have it like the shot of just like the mountain. It all goes sideways.
I was about to say that,
and then it goes.
Yeah, true.
Goldeneye. You're like, oh, this film's gonna be sick.
Yeah, those opening credits too are crazy.
Yeah,
The
written
song
by
is-
Bono and The Edge.
Oh,
wow.
Did you know that?
No,
Goldeneye,
no.
the song. It says it
Obviously
in
Tina Turner sings it, doesn't she?
Tina Turner sings it, but it was written by
Right.
Bono.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow, I never knew that.
And The Edge.
The Edge.
The
yeah.
Edge. On this day, I see clearly. Edge the wrestler, yeah.
I thought you were
On this
still.
day, I see clearly.
Is that his music?
That was his music. Yeah, you go. You think you know me? On this day, I see clearly. Goldeneye.
So
That was a better version.
it's
wasn't
weirdly
it?
good, isn't it?
It
Like,
is
it's
sick,
sick.
that.
But what I'm saying is, it like you used to do that, like
Oh,
you,
yeah.
you used to have that CD, didn't you?
Yeah, Goldeneye.
Like, and you, the
Oh,
CD of all the
WBA.
wrestlers' tunes.
Oh.
No.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I did. Yeah,
No,
yeah.
but I feel
I
like
used to sit on the bus and I used to like.
just listen to
Yeah,
it.
you go on this day and then press it and they go dee nee 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 Dave Bautista dee nee 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 nee. You're like, I walk alone. I'm on the bus going to college going, I walk alone. Nee, nee.
listening to wrestling.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
hilarious.
And then the ticket guy
This
company.
is in college, so that you're like 18, 19 at this point.
16.
That's-
I'm trying to make out like I'm not an adult. And then the next one is, if you smell what the, and I'll be like, in the, you know
you
what I
walk into college to the
mean?
if you smell. Oh shit.
Yeah, yeah, just stand on a.
What happened?
So it just knocks the thing.
Oh, it's okay.
I just stand on the getting to college. And it's like, oh, Carl, we're doing this set. I stand on the chair and go.
Still with headphones in every class.
Yeah, he used
Just
to-
listen
it's
to
not
it.
like he used to do that in my room.
I was having such a good time. I kicked the rep.
Fucking, I was on a massive.
I'll pull it out of the way a little bit.
Oh God, get the bucket.
Yeah, Goldeneye though
Yeah,
was.
sorry, Goldeneye. Yeah.
No, not just the film. The song.
Oh, the
as
song
well.
was.
Yeah.
You used to like. That's.
I think I used to walk into it
running
into
theme.
stand up.
Yeah,
I
still do.
Yeah, you have done.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I love it, man. Like,
No, it's great, and so yeah, like obviously you've got that title sequence. It's like obviously it's always like a woman with on a gun. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
like
then
bullets
whip
and
morphing
fire.
into a gun.
100%.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
one bit where a woman goes, and a gun comes out of her mouth and goes,
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
goes back
yeah.
like Predator.
Yeah, it's all shit. Yeah, yeah.
It's
It's
mad.
all shit like that.
Yeah.
Like, fucking,
I think,
like a
like-
bullet going into a woman's open legs.
Yeah, just like,
I think like it's such a thing, isn't it, in Bond films? Like they'll always have a little introduction to the film, and then they'll always have the song, which I
and it
think
was
is like
really good, yeah.
traditional, and it's
Yeah.
always like I think it's a good thing where like a lot of films don't do that.
As fuck as well. But not you mentioned the opening bit where he's like, boom, 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 boom. He comes past there. He does the little like that.
The famous the scope.
The blood comes down.
Yeah, and then and then that's what's sick about like because then the circle like moves and then it opens up like
So good.
And then it always goes to the next scene, which in this film he's driving. Austin Martin, and he's flying around the hills rapid. He's with that
Money Penny.
What is it? I'm evaluating you. It's always
Money Penny.
Right.
No, it's not. No, it's just always in all the Pierce films. I don't know if it's in a Daniel Craig film or others, but he always seems to have like a hot woman evaluating him, and you just know like he's going to end up like getting with her, like rapid. Do you know what I mean? It's always one of them. It's like, what am I ever going to do with you? Stuff like
no, definitely, because he's in. The car is in classic DB5.
Yeah.
Sick.
So
yeah,
it's like
back then
straight
you're
away
like,
they're just giving you
Exactly.
Bond out your head. They're just like, here's some Bond.
you
so
have the
Bond.
fucking car, mate. Where this car doesn't exist in any market in the world, mate.
Yeah.
You're it, and
He
it's got
has the
rockets in the back. It's got a laser there.
It's got a bottle of Bollinger.
It's got a fucking woman daily in the car when you sit in it. And you're just going, last orders, is it Bond?
Yeah, so, but she's funny because, she's like, Do you really have to drive this fast? And all that kind of stuff.
I don't know what's bigger, your ego. He's just casual as fucking. Like, I've got what he says.
So everything that they say back and forth is all like innuendo.
Yes,
100%. And he's just saying it so smooth, isn't he? He does it because I feel like he's as smooth as Bond.
And then the other lady drives up in the red.
Out of nowhere, what's her name? Fame K. Jensen, her name is or something. She's
Well, it's funny because he goes. No, she says, because she's kind of flirting, because she goes, I enjoy spirited riders just as much as the next girl. And then, like, this woman comes and she goes, who's that? And Bond goes, the next girl.
Yeah.
Of course he does. She's fuming.
Which, is a little nice little thing. And then, obviously, he ends up shagging her. He has a little thing with the car.
He does something where, like, he's basically, like, having a race with this woman in a red Merc or whatever.
Ferrari.
And Ferrari. And they're going through obstacles of, like, dodging trucks and then
cyclists
and all that. And eventually she's like, I want you to stop this car, Bond. And he just stops it smooth as fuck. Pops a little thing, fucking little champagne comes out with little glasses. And she's like, what am I ever going to do with you? And he just
unconscionable.
And he just goes, give me a valuation. And then starts kissing. She's like, just like clearly like he's. Oh, go on.
No, it's good because it as that's happening, it pans up and you see Monte Carlo, like or Monaco, wherever it is.
Yeah, it's in France.
Like thingy, and then it cuts to the night where it's like again classic Bond. He's coming in this sick car to like a casino where it's like
always a casino in Bond films.
Like you're talking the royalty of Europe are all.
Yeah, it's always the best hotel,
the
best accommodation or whatever. Like they've got to be at the where it's at. Gets out, Dickie Bow, fucking fresh as fuck.
Tux and that.
Yeah, Tux like chucks his fucking keys like they do to.
Yeah,
forgot
what valet.
What are they called?
Valet.
And then he goes, Home don't stink and don't.
Oh yeah, he speaks
French. Yeah, and I'm like, of course he speaks French. It's actually, of course he speaks what language ever country he's in because it's fucking James Bond, isn't it? Says whatever, like, and he goes, Muscle.
And it's like.
Yeah, they've always got sick music, haven't they? Don't you think?
Like, that's like the sentimental piece of music that they play throughout it, where it's like when it calms down a bit, it's like.
And then it pans to the red Mercedes.
Yeah.
And then it kind of goes, it pans to him, and he goes, like just to say, she's here.
Yeah.
Like whatever.
She's next.
I evaluated that one. Let's evaluate this one at the poker table.
Yeah, and then again, they're going back. I always rise to a challenge, and all. They're always doing these
like,
fucking.
So what is your job, Mr. Bond? The famous line, obviously.
Yeah. So then he gets that out. He delivers that well.
He delivers it so well,
because he has to say first, I want a martini, shaken not stirred.
Yeah.
Vodka martini, shaken not stirred, and then he has to say that. Then he goes, I'm Bond, James Bond.
Yeah, because she gets the same drink, doesn't she?
Yeah, so like...
Just go, I'll have one of those as well.
But he's like, he does that thing, goes... Like, the guy goes...
Don't even look at the guy.
He doesn't look at the guy.
Goes,
and the guy just goes, oh, fucking easily.
Yeah. Vodka, martini, shaken not stirred. And then what does he say?
And then I think she goes, same, but straight.
Yeah.
Or something, and then he...
Who are you? Or
yeah, that's it. She goes like, and you're Bond. James Bond.
Yeah, yeah,
And then
yeah.
you're like, did it, din, did it, din, 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 for England, James. I'm 006. I'm one behind you. Did it, din, did it, din, 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 din. Evaluate me. So yeah,
That music's gonna be playing in my head next time I wank now. Just you doing it. Yeah.
So yeah, like he
sick.
plays a few poker games with her.
Yeah, yeah. He
Gets
beats her,
beat.
and then she calls him a biatch, which is interesting.
Shit, 'cause she
yeah.
Biatch.
Yeah, she goes,
yeah.
I hope you enjoyed.
Mm.
I must go.
Yeah.
Like they always do. They fucking just
Biatch.
whinge and run off.
Yeah, and then they have then
Oh, I lost $1 million. Pathetic, not even your money. Don't do poker then.
But yeah, so and then obviously like it's funny because he's chatting to her afterwards, and he's trying to like crack onto her, and she's this other lad, that little bald guy comes over, doesn't he?
Oh yeah.
Oh, the colonel guy,
Yeah,
little
yeah,
colonel
yeah.
of the ship, Captain
Yeah.
Birdseye. Yeah. Yeah.
Colonel of the ship, Captain Birdseye.
He's got a boat.
I think isn't he called Admiral? Admiral.
Yeah, Admiral.
Admiral,
Yeah.
yeah.
In that weird
Because he
sex scene.
she goes, who are you? He goes, I'm Commander or something.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
and then she
he's-
just goes.
And he goes, always appreciate someone who pulls rank.
Yeah.
It's like a wank joke. Like,
Yeah, it's just like, oh, fucking Jimbo again.
Oh,
We'll
yeah,
get
you
onto
said
that,
Jimbo,
but
yeah.
So yeah, he kind of like starts to.
but what she's got one of them names which is classic in Bond, where she's like Natalia on the top.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it's
on the top. Oh, no, she's-
like not in a thing, but the name first name is like Natalia, then it's like Uncle Shickenson.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
she's the other one's Natalia who's in the thing. She's Xenia on the top. Yeah,
Yeah,
on the
yeah,
top.
yeah,
Because
yeah,
she
yeah,
repeats
yeah.
it as well, doesn't she?
Yeah,
To that guy
On
later
the
on in the
top.
film.
Yeah, no, it's all that kind of like pun, but it's funny. Like I feel like in the modern ones they should have, because they didn't do that in the modern
No.
ones, and they should have, but done like modern ones that like guys don't like. I am Natalia Pega guy.
Vega guy.
I am Dildo Abbas.
I sit in the chair. Yeah, I do
Yeah, I'm doing Borat for every expression that I do. That's not my own.
But yeah, it's the Russian, and as well, are most of those actors even Russian, or are they just doing bad Russian?
No, I
accents?
think that woman who plays Russian, she's Dutch. Because she's
Right.
an American actress, isn't she? She's in Taken. She's an X-Men.
Oh.
She's Liam Neeson's ex-wife, where she's like fully American in it.
Yeah.
So she's obviously got a good
Okay,
Russian
okay.
accent. I think she's Dutch. I think she's born in Holland.
So she's introduced, isn't she? And is that when she like?
She goes to the boat
yeah
with the
and
guy.
then-
He's spying on her. Like he's got to do his, he's got to do a bit of work, haven't he?
It gets boring for me now. From this point for a while. I
I thought
think.
you just
Oh,
went for
really?
the rest of
No,
them.
no,
So I turned it off. So
Yeah,
what does
yeah,
happen?
yeah.
But yeah, so this woman kills a guy with a leg.
for-
Well,
Yeah, go on.
before that, she change into the like. Oh no, which one's first? Is it she?
When she changes into the
yeah.
pilot outfit.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
after.
after, yeah.
Don't
Is that
start with
after? All right, go.
Fucking
Go ahead then,
Jesus
let's
Christ.
get
I've
to
got to carry.
that part
I've got to carry people at times, mate. I know. Especially when it says a 1990 film. Yeah, Carl, can you introduce it? Because we don't know fuck all and we don't like it. No,
So
so
then you tell us then.
nah,
Come on.
no, 'cause I don't wanna fucking
No,
carry
yeah,
on.
So obviously, like, yeah, fucking she's
Yeah. So
she's like, like choking mans with the fucking.
Oh, that's
with the
such a
thigh.
yeah,
crazy
she's
scene,
very. She'll be a lot in bed because she's
Yeah.
like. And then like.
Do you get a semi when you watch it?
Goldeneye. No, but I remember like watching that as a kid, and I was going, "Is that what women are like in bed?"
Oh, right.
I can't wait to
yeah,
die
being
me
like,
after
oh,
losing my virginity to the first woman. But yeah, she wraps her legs
he
around
looks
him,
like
and
such a
he's
gimp
like,
as well.
"I can't breathe,"
Yeah.
and she's just going, "Ah!" Like,
Yeah,
making
she's
out like
just
she's
a
getting rattled.
Animal. Yeah.
Probably someone walked past that point and went.
There's also the classic thing where when they're doing it, there's a silhouette of them in the background. And you can see them.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
doing that.
she's
That's
like-
a classic Bond film as well.
Oh yeah, scratching
Um,
fuck out of him,
Yeah,
and he's just enjoying it when he's clearly not, because you can tell he's going,
Yeah.
"Fuck, I need
he's
to
like
like."
scared of her.
Yeah, he's just going, "I just need to go along with this," and then
She's all sweaty and
Yeah.
weird looking, and
He's like,
it's
she's hot.
she's hot, but
She's
it is
really
she's
hot.
all sweaty. Like, yeah, and he's going, oh, it's
Yeah, she's going,
yeah, it's absolutely crazy.
loving it.
Yeah. So and then obviously she dresses up as the basically they nick the helicopter, don't they?
Oh, what about when you find him dead?
Yeah.
Oh,
like
yeah.
that.
Just falls out and goes in the wardrobe like that.
Bond's like,
yeah, he's just going.
no, he doesn't say anything, does he? But
Nah, he just looks and goes.
no clever pun this time, Bond.
yeah. Well,
He's dead tired.
The reason I mentioned the bit, the reason
And need someone to laugh at that.
That actually works.
You're dead tired, are you? Last orders wasn't good enough.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
But yeah, so they rob a helicopter, like what's getting shown off by the military or something.
The French,
yeah,
government.
Because I remember when they get on it, Bonds obviously comes over and he's like, "That's not the real pilots who's testing it." And then I remember the main guy, as the helicopter fucks off, he kind of goes, "Where are they going?"
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? So he don't realise.
I find it funny about that when she drops down and she's like, "Hi guys," like that's those two military guys. I'm like, a lot of Bond films are a hot woman turns up and then military guys forget all of the training. They're just like,
it's such a cliche
like you
thing,
wouldn't be
innit?
like, "What are you doing in here? Can I see some ID?"
No,
But
it's like I wouldn't. There's that focus that they're about to drive this thing in front of the French government. Probably one of the biggest moments of their career. Then they're gonna not even hear what she's saying.
Exactly.
Yeah. Surely they go get out.
Yeah, but
then
like,
I think one of them goes, "I think I died and went to heaven."
Yeah.
And I'm like, calm down, mate.
Yeah,
She just fucking killed someone last night. So you're probably next. And then obviously she kills him. So this is where it goes to Russia again, the helicopter. She turns up again with one of the generals or whatever.
Well, this is it. This is where you find so it goes to Russia, doesn't it? Where like that Alan Cumming is.
Alan Cumming is Boris or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you've got it's snowing. It's cold.
I am invincible.
I'm invincible, like with his little pen going.
Oh yeah, he's the worst character.
Natalia.
Yeah.
I'm invincible. Look how sick I am on the fucking keyboard. It's like I bet he's not even proper typing, is he?
But he's mad because he's got all that like fucking like hacker shit, and he's like a hacker. And
proper little like nerd glasses.
He's mad because like the first clue is like he goes he's giving her like riddles and stuff, and then like eventually it's knockers is the it's like knockers is such a like a British like tits or whatever, as if a Russian Russian guy would be going knockers babs
Babylons because then I think one of the women, like not Natalia, like I think he's obviously making innuendo jokes about women and all that stuff, and then a woman in the background goes, "He wouldn't know this woman if she sat on his head." I'm like, sitting on his head, like what the fuck, like I don't know, it's just a bit like mad lines, isn't it?
It's a mad line.
And that thing is like you could sit on it, but you can't take it with you.
Yeah, and it's like
my father's cock.
He's no longer here, but my fucking father's gone. And then
rest in peace.
I didn't know him.
Father's cock.
Rest in penis. And then so what?
And then the helicopter turns up there.
Yeah, I don't really care about all this. I feel like
it's like, let's do the ending and wrap up. But this is where we find out what the mission, like what the film's all about, like the Goldeneye.
The Goldeneye, which is literally a golden. Well,
it's just a Goldeneye in a box. Yeah, gemstone with like 2 keys, typical like 3, 2, 1, turn left, or whatever, and then they get the Goldeneye, and then the general says, "Kill everyone" to that woman, and then like it she's clearly nuts because when she's killing everyone, she's going, and then the general's going, "Fucking hell, you're mad, too." But
general's having a wank.
Yeah, he's just going like, "I probably have heart attack if I fucked her." So yeah, they steal that. Obviously, she survives the. I don't know where Boris went actually.
Yeah, no. So he goes out for a little cig, and the helicopter comes down.
So he's probably just got in the helicopter, hasn't he?
And then basically, you don't know it then that he's working for the thingy. And then they go in, murder everyone. She survives, and then you've got a little thing of like Bond and Judi Dench, because it was also really Judi Dench's first time as M.
Oh yeah, she comes in, doesn't she? Like there's a very.
I don't like you, Bond.
Since you've been like, you got the scene wrong, and now I'm like, I know the characters. I'm like, I know things about this film. Judi Dench, that's a great scene though, because I was like, this is, and I reckon, do you know when she's like, what she say, you're a sexist, misogynistic dinosaur, and your boyish charms won't work on me, and all that stuff. I'm like, was that the first?
Who did you say that to again?
To James Bond, and I'm like. She
yeah.
And I'm like, was that the first time that they'd been like called out Bond for being like that. Had that been in the
yeah,
previous
because it's always a
films,
thing in it where he doesn't really like he treats women like shit, but still like gets with them. Like
he
regardless
gets with
what he
almost
does
every
to
woman
him.
in the film
Yeah,
as well.
100%.
Like ends up kissing them within a couple of seconds.
Yeah,
like, it
yeah,
seems.
and like
yeah,
they just argued like 2 minutes ago.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Or he could have killed her by
And
accident.
I think it's good because that establishes their relationship, doesn't it? Because it's like, you know, in another, you could have M where like, you know, she fancies Bond. You know what I mean?
exactly.
Like, that could be a
yeah,
you know,
I feel
so
like,
it's like saying to them, like saying like to the audience, nah, listen, this is a different thing.
She keeps him in check.
She
yes,
keeps him in
I
check.
feel like they have that relationship
But
throughout.
then as he's on the way out, she's like, Bond, try to stay alive.
Yeah,
come back
he's like,
alive.
Come back alive with a little ball bag intact.
Maybe
Come back in, tap with your ball bag, and maybe add the Goldeneye in there. We'll see you then. He just obviously just goes, just smiles like, don't worry about me.
So then where does he go then?
What's next?
Off for a wank.
Oh, it's is it not the gadgets bit? Is it like, that is mad.
So this is what I mean. It's pure Bond, innit? It's like,
so
let's see what other gadgets he's
the
got.
gadgets, mate.
Yeah, like the sick. Like he's got the best car. Gives
What
him a
car
pen.
has he got? What car is it?
I
It's
think
a
he's got
BMW,
be
right?
like one of the
Yeah.
first
BMW, like
BMWs
Z.
about Zeds.
I
and
remember
Zeds.
seeing them about when we were kids. Like,
Yeah,
and you
it
were
was
like-
very loads of stuff in it. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that. Like the telephone boxes, even what telephone boxes look like when we were kids.
It's in
and
the
all
film,
stuff.
that, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
BT.
The BT one, yeah.
boxes,
when that
yeah.
guy gets in and then the thing blows up, and he's like, "Ooh!"
Yeah, he's like, "Oh," against the glass. Yeah.
That's the most silly scene of all of them.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
there's one joke.
They do that in a few,
to me,
yeah. I think
it was
it's like
almost it was the scene from Austin Powers. Like, I was just
Yeah.
thinking, like, obviously Austin Powers is ripping that, but I'm like, this is too close. Like, it's like it's
Yeah.
so silly
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Like, even the bit where he picks up the sandwich and he's looking at it thinking it's a gadget, and he's like, "That's my lunch."
Yeah, don't touch that.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
lunch.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Cute.
the pen thing, which is an important
How many
thing
times?
to remember.
Oh, grow up, 007.
Yeah,
Always
yeah.
says that line.
So what do they give him? They give him like this belt that can repel.
Yeah, he
The-
gives him a belt.
the
He's got
watch.
the pen.
The watch is pretty sick.
The watch is
the
sick. He's-
laser.
Yeah, because later on in the
Laser
film,
watch.
Sean Bean goes, new edition. He puts it to his watch, doesn't he?
Mhm.
And it's just like, yeah, you're 006, mate. He's 007.
Yeah, true. He's the new edition.
So it's for me when it starts picking back up,
Here we go.
is way later in the film, right? Like kind of like after he meets up with that Natalia and like they escape, and basically once that tank comes out that wall and it's like ding 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 ding,
So good.
that's when it fucking like
Yeah.
I'm like
Back up.
bang, this is Bond.
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
And I was like, this is a sick scene.
Yeah,
Like,
no, it's
everything
fucking
about
so
it, I was
cool.
like, they've shot it so amazingly.
Yeah.
There's obviously loads of things in there, like when he goes through the thing, then the statue lands on top of the tank and just perfectly balances
And
on
then
it.
and then it falls perfectly in between
Yeah,
the police
yeah.
cars, smashes them up.
Yeah.
So I feel like he gets loads of cars in the water at one point.
Yeah.
It is like well shot, and like it looks like he's just tearing the walls off when he's coming around corners and shit. They're just like, you know, the guy's turning around going faster.
But wait,
Faster.
I've kind of completely missed out that his reunion with. I've missed out loads actually. I've missed
Have
out
you?
like-
Well,
Go on.
should we have a little break and we'll come back to what we've
You
okay,
will
missed?
indeed.
Sweet. Okay, we're back with Goldeneye. We missed out a lot. We missed out. He goes to Russia, sees Robbie Coltrane,
Oh yeah.
who's the actor who plays, and he's all like
Oh,
shooting
when
him in the
he's-
crotch,
Yeah.
and Bond's like, oh.
Yeah, so mad. Oh, and then Minnie Driver, you know,
Minnie Driver's in
she's
it.
the one singing.
Yeah.
I was like, when I missed that, and then I realised.
And he's like, who's a strangling cat? That's my old lady.
What do you call it? His mistress.
That's it. He was my mistress, and he's like, I have not a quick-witted saying to come back for that.
Yeah.
Because I like when he's just like, because I think he fucked his knee up, didn't he, or something?
Yeah.
he's
I
like-
gave him the limp.
Yeah, he
Oh,
goes,
in
that's
the car. That's a corny one where
Yeah,
he meets
yeah.
a CIA guy,
At the-
and
at
he's
the
like,
airport.
"Hey, what do you think of Vladimir Kukovsky, whatever he's called?" And he's like, "Well, one of the most dangerous warlords. Survived only 3 men. He says some like
Yeah, he says something like-
builds him
yeah,
up, and
yeah,
then
yeah.
he says shot in the leg by someone or something.
Yeah, he gives him a link because he's like, whoever goes in there rarely comes out. And he's like, I gave him the limp. And then
and then you're like, "Whoa."
yeah, it's like, oh, he's dead
Bond.
confident. And
Yeah.
then he walks. What's he called? Valkowski.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, and he walks, and then he gets a gun pointed at him by Bond, and he goes, oh, what's he say? What? Like, he says the gun brand.
Oh
doesn't
yeah, Wolfer, PPK.
he? Yeah, he goes, PPK. I know 3 men, 2 are dead, so it can only be 1. And he's just like, oh, for
He
fuck's
says,
sake.
"Lucky me," I think. or
Yeah,
something
yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
That's his line. Actually, he goes,
Yeah.
"Lucky me," and then he's like, My knee hurts every day.
Yeah.
Twice when it's cold.
Yeah.
You know how the winter lasts here? Dimitri, tell him, well, that's silence! Tells him to shut up, doesn't it? I'm like, he's fuming now, isn't he, this guy? But then, he does that cracky thing. Woo!
And then he says something to him like, he says something like, what about this? Like that. And I can't remember what he says.
He says something about the trade or something to do with the nuclear weapons or something. Then he's like,
Because isn't he like, before when he's talking about going there, he's like, well, how are you going to convince me? Like, his wallet or something like that. Like, he's like,
proper.
Well, this is what's weird is that this is where I feel like the plot starts to lose track in terms of like where they like. So he's going to meet this Yanis.
Yeah.
When he goes, I want to meet him with Yanis. he doesn't quite say it like that.
Say it again.
I want to meet him with Yanis.
I want to meet him with Yanis.
With Yanis before last orders.
But yeah, because somehow he ends up going like he goes to that Russian bathhouse.
Oh yeah.
Oh, he nearly gets killed by the legs again.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that is so mad. He's swimming around, and immediately when he's swimming, I'm like, should you just be chilling and swimming about? Like, people are trying to kill you.
Yeah.
And then immediately when he sees her, she like pops out, and he's like, and then they just kiss immediately. Like, what's the line that he says to her?
Because I don't get that as well. Like, going back to what you say, like, bare people are trying to kill Bond, and there's a lot of like even near the end in the beach, like he finds like a location where he's just chilled, where he's like, a bit of me time. I'm like wanted to fuck by all these Russians, and he's just in the doing backstrokes.
Yeah, that's what he says. She's like, she says something, and he goes, depends what your definition of safe sex is, or something like that. Yeah. And then he immediately starts, and then when the guy comes in, he gets that woman and just chucks her over his head. She like, the way she lands, I'd be like, you break your fucking neck doing that.
Yeah, and then he chucks the hot water barrel at that guy.
Yeah, knowing that he's
there.
there.
Picks up the gun and like very calmly, like Bonnie's like, no, no more foreplay.
Yeah.
And then she's going, and then she goes, biatch.
Yeah. No, and then he says no more foreplay. Where's Yanis?
Yeah, so where's Yanis? Take me to Yanis, and then he's like,
take me to Yanis.
Take me to Yanis. And then she's in the car, and she's like, the pleasure was all mine, and he's just like, well,
and then he goes,
Just before he's like. Like he leans in the middle of the car because he's in the back seat, and he just goes, well, I have had a lovely evening.
Yeah.
Right in the back head, and she's out, and then he meets up with Sean Bean because he comes out and he's like, Alec, back from the dead. Scars on the wrong side of the face where he got shot. Just saying, because he got shot on this side. When you see it in the film, when he's on his knees, he gets shot on this side, and then he's got all the scars this side. Continuity error. Ian Fleming, you prick.
He wrote it.
Yeah, he wrote it.
Just like in the book.
Just blame me in.
In the book it says he has the scars on the left side of his face, but he was shot in the right.
In brackets.
Yeah, he's shot on the right.
And then gets double crossed.
Martin, go on.
I'll go on, sorry.
Martin Campbell directed.
Martin Campbell, I'll sort him out later. Give him a message. I'll say, listen, this is 30 years ago, but I don't care. So he gets.
Fuck, 30 years ago.
Fuck's sake.
Damn.
What?
30 years ago.
Mad, innit?
Fuck.
I was 2. Wonder where my daddy
Goldeneye
was.
was 30 years ago.
30 years old.
Oh,
Fucking hell.
I was thinking about that. Let's move on.
But then he gets knocked out, and then he ends up in the chopper with that woman who fucking hate that scene. Where clearly he's knocked out, they're both tied up, and she's going, wake up! And he's just going, I'm a little tied up at the moment. And then he's like, oh shit, there's a timer.
Starts headbutting everything.
Starts butting everything. She's going, hey, wake up! And then fucking, typically missiles get fired up, and then he sees it coming, and he's like, eject button.
Yeah, and he just headbutts
it. They both eject out on the perfect timing, and then it blows up. They land, and then he's like, let me help you out there. Kicks him, he goes, oh! And then runs after her. And then they obviously get captured, get put in the cell, get interrogated.
So then obviously all the tank shit, then we're up to the tank shit now. And then like after that...
the train.
So he's on the train with her. And again, with Face Off where Nicolas Cage is like, tastes like peaches.
Oh
yeah,
because like Sean Bean says a similar thing. He says tastes like strawberries.
He's like, because he says like, have you tasted it? He goes, I wouldn't know. And he goes, she tastes like strawberries. Because it's like that. Because like, again, he's just like, I don't give a fuck around women. Because I remember...
That's like the only line that like they used to denote that like, I kissed her.
Yeah, he's had a go on.
Yeah,
all had a go on everyone.
There's also when going back to Bond, how he is with women and stuff, like he's not asked how he is. There's a line where he's talking to Moneypenny, he's dead close to her, and he's saying all these, you know what he says, all these one-liners. Then there's a line where she goes, "I'd get you done for sexual harassment," and he leans forward and he goes, "What's the penalty for that?" And I'm like,
no,
only Bond could get away.
in the
Imagine I was in a
workplace.
club
Yeah,
or something. It's like, he's sexual harassment, and I'm like, what's the penalty for that then? You know what I mean? Just won't get away with it. But it's Bond in it. But yeah, he does that. Bond ends up on the tracks in the tank, fires, hits the train. Train stops, emergency. Gets on the train, gets them all hostage and that, and then obviously, you know,
they flee off to Havana.
Yeah, they say to that woman, they go, "I'll kill her if you don't give me the thing," and he's like, "Do it. She means nothing to me."
Oh yeah.
And then after they get out of the train, blows up and that, they're both sat on the tracks, and obviously she's like, "Oh yeah, fucking knobhead," and then he says,
straight away. Once they get out of the fucking train, they're then like she's like,
she finds the location of Boris, whatever. Get out, blows up, and then. You got the line actually when she's like saying, "You need someone to come to Cuba to disarm the bomb or whatever," and then she said, "What? Go on."
Like, it's just a standard operating procedure, and then he goes, "I don't pay them lip service," and then they start kissing.
Because she says something like, "What other procedures are they?" And then just very kissy, he goes, "Thousands." And then he ends up kissing her, and it's just like he couldn't give a fuck about killing you before, and then
exactly.
He's just like
now
dropping a
"Oh, you
knickers
want to
straight
shag
away."
me now? All right,
Yeah.
No, he did give a fuck, but it was just about mind games, wasn't it?
Well, that's it, because he says
that's what
about
he
when she's on top of him afterwards, she goes like, "Did you mean what you said?"
So then they have this little romance for a little bit. They go on like a little bit of a honeymoon.
They're mad in the car when they're driving. She's going, and he's just going, lip service. Sorry, go on.
She's the hottest one though. I think that she's hotter than the scary one.
She's meant to be. She's meant to be.
True. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, the scary one is. You're not sure. You think
I'm
the
not
scary
sure,
one's
mate.
What are you into? Yeah, but like she's a murderer. She's a psycho.
Yeah, but it's sexy though, isn't it? She makes it sexy, I guess.
Well, your celebrity crush is Myra Hindley, right? No. Just messing. It's a female serial killer. All right, fine. We'll cut that out.
No, go on.
No.
Cut that out. That's what we said to Myra Hindley.
There we go.
Cut that out, love.
Call it out.
Thought you meant like. So yeah. Then there's all that bit, and then they're on the beach at one point. Oh no. I'll just move on. There's a bit where that guy turns up and he's like, Jimbo, like that. And, and he calls him
CIA guy meets at the airport.
Because he's never really on holiday with her. He's kind of like he's going to meet the gym because he's in the whip like with her, and they're going along, and then the fucking plane comes from behind, and she's like, "What is it with you and your boys with toys or whatever?" She says.
Moving vehicles.
He's just like not asked again, just like, and then and I love the scene where like he lands the plane. Doesn't even ask him about his car, but he just fucks off in it. He chucks his keys and he catches it in his hat.
And just before that, he's like, and who is this? And he's like, he says a name, and it's clearly a Russian name, and he goes, gets his hat, and he goes, and he gets him over, and he goes, "Have you checked her out?" And he goes, "Head to toe."
Just like typical line, and then he's like,
"I shagged her."
Yeah. Head to toe.
Yeah. And
you fucked her toes.
Yeah. Oh my god. And then there's a shot on the beach, isn't there? Where
so he goes off and he's like looking out like fucking like with his hands on his knees. It's like that. And then she comes over. She's like, she's basically trying to give it all up. What are you doing?
You like to see men die? She's going like there's a line where he's like, "That's the way I choose to live my life," and she's like, "No, you choose to live alone."
Yeah. And then she's like, like
she comes over
kissing.
and like it's a weird shot where
it's crazy.
They've just got a camera shot on her knickers, and then then he literally goes like, "Her knickers there," and Bond just goes,
he looks
at her knickers, don't even looks up. Like first look, he goes. And then looks back out the sea like, what is the line? He says,
it's mad because but this is a classic thing in Bond of where like the girls always like, please just give it all up, let's run away together, in your head you so want him to go all right, because why wouldn't you, like why would you go and fucking on this shit mission for Her Majesty?
Probably like fucking £10 an hour or something.
Or His Majesty now.
Yeah. Are you gonna? The next Bond film.
He helps. He helps keep me alive. That's what he says, and then she's like, "No, he helps keep you alone."
That's it.
And then they kiss or whatever,
and then they do that mental kiss where she turns away and grabs her back.
Yeah.
Like the kissing in the film is a bit like, oh.
Yeah, it's a bit like forced, isn't it? And then
There's always this thing in films where like they, in anger, like grab them and kiss them like that, and they're like fuming, and then they're fuming for like a beat.
Yeah,
and then they go, and then they start kissing. And it's like, I don't think
yeah.
I've ever done that with anyone.
No, I've never been like mid-argument and go, oh.
Yeah.
Not after like saying killer. Not ask me. You know what I mean?
But yeah, so then...
And then they get on the plane.
Then they go basically to the big base, which is some kind of satellite.
Underwater thing, innit?
Underwater.
And then it drains the plug.
But when they're on the plane, they're both sat there, and then she goes, take a right, degrees 814. And then he's like, yes, sir. And then she goes, like buzzing again. You know what I mean?
Bloody hell.
Bloody hell, fucking hell.
And then they make another pass, and then they come round.
He's like, let's go again.
Yeah, and then the missile comes up and hits
Twats it, and then he's just dead casual. It should have really blown the plane up, realistically, but it just hits the wing, and then...
So then that evil one dies by... Like,
because she flies down in the helicopter.
It's quite interesting. She gets trapped, and she's like, she dies suffocating like she did to people.
And then he says the typical line, doesn't he?
What does he say?
Because he looks up at her
she
when
always
she's
loves
like,
to squeeze.
Yeah, he's like, she always loved a good squeeze.
Yeah.
Because she's like twatting them both, isn't she, really?
Yeah, and at this point, I was like, every death and everything that Bond's been involved in is always like, so the thing in the beginning where he shoots the barrels, they drop, the statue, and then they drop on the two cars that chase him. All of it is like, he somehow can see 10 steps ahead and knows exactly how to do it. And he's like, right, so
he never actually does the killing himself.
Yeah.
Things just always like
so he can blame something else. It was a statue, wasn't it?
Yeah. Like, because isn't it attached to the helicopter, and then he like clips her on, and then she
he twats the helicopter with a gun. Twats the helicopter and shoots at the helicopter, and then he like fucking fumbles out.
True.
He does kill a lot of Russians though with the fucking...
he fucks them up.
Like he said, he didn't get one bullet, not even a shave.
No.
He was just like perfectly...
Not one bullet throughout the film.
No, he just like gets 50 soldiers flying bullets at him, and he's just like, I always did enjoy a good dodge. And fucks off.
So then it's a big face-off with Sean Bean, which, to be honest, like again, I was kind of checking out, like.
Right.
Oh really?
Well,
you love that
the
sequence?
Conversation part or the fight?
I thought
the fight was like well executed, to be fair.
Yeah, I thought the fight was good.
Do you know what?
It's
a lot of that though.
Kind of reminded me of.
Yeah.
Do you know? And I was like, we should watch this. Do you know Saving Private Ryan, when it's like that mad scene where they have to do hand-to-hand combat, they're like find themselves, and then I was like, it's a bit like you can see that they're both like, I better fucking fight or I'm gonna get murdered in this scene. In this scene, but in this scenario, and I thought that was quite good until they get to the top of that thing and they start falling, and he's
down
like
the
climbing down the ladders, and there's a terrible
they're like getting in more territory here of like death.
Yeah.
But they're just like not arsey, slides down on the fucking ladders, twats him.
To be fair, his death is quite cool.
Yeah, it's a sick line because he references it when he grabs his leg after he headbutts him, and he's just like, "For England, James? No, Alec, for me."
Yeah.
And he still survives.
Yeah, he still survives that drop.
Slams onto the floor.
He fucking survives. He's like, so that the fucking satellite then hits him.
Oh yeah, interesting fact about that. So apparently, like 4 years ago or something, that actual place,
it's an actual satellite, isn't it?
Yeah, and it collapsed in a similar way, like 4 years ago.
No way.
Yeah, mad that. And
Sean Bean was there.
Sean Bean was there. Yeah.
So he's like, blow them all to hell, James.
Yeah.
I turned my internet off, so I'm not getting notifications. But yeah, basically that's all you need to say about it. But when another thing I thought is like James Bond has the best grip strength and forearm strength I've ever seen. Like the amount of times he's like,
he's hanging by one hand, two arms.
After that, like try and hang anything with one arm, and then after that he's like, I'll jump on the helicopter.
Yeah, he's just been twatted.
Yeah. The jumping on the helicopter is mental because you can just tell that the blades wouldn't would have. Like hit the where he was because he kind of was like underneath kind of.
Yeah. And then I don't get where obviously that pilot's a bad guy, innit? And then they both jump out the plane, then the helicopter fucks off. I don't know. It's not like.
And they're both kissing at the end, aren't they? And then like they end up kissing. You realise it's loads of Marines around.
Oh yeah, because you were saying like she looked fuming. Like she was actually like, oh you're fucking, because he goes Jimbo. and he comes over.
Yeah, because as soon as he's like Jimbo, Pierce Brosnan's like, who's that? Like combative. Like, I'm a spy, and I bet. And she's like, fuck's sake, I was gonna shag him in this field. I just wanted to
I think he says something where she goes, "Is he anyone around?" And he's like, "There's no one around for 25 miles." And then obviously they're all fucking
and all those guys
all
like,
yes,
bro.
probably led there, aren't they? Going, "Oh, I can fucking see her. Go on, lad. Smash her."
Like popping up because they've got a fucking stiff.
Is that the gun? Is it? Fuck, it's my knob. And then it kind of ends there, doesn't it?
Yeah, pretty much.
It's annoying the ending because it kind of just pans up like on the like.
I thought there was going to be a bit of a like maybe them two in a other place somewhere. Because I think he says go somewhere, doesn't he? He says go somewhere to have a brief or something.
Yeah, and then he's like, she's like, and he's like, what's the worst that could happen?
Yeah, because she's like, I don't want to get in the helicopter, and he's like, picks her up like that. It's like, I thought they've just been married. Just like, what's the worst gonna happen?
Well, is she? What's the one? It's on 17 minutes. We've got time for trivia and for performances, all that shit.
No trivia was that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I didn't actually.
Sorry.
Did you get any trivia?
Well, no, we can pop.
Oh, well, we can talk about what's your favourite scene and
definitely. Best performance, because obviously it's Pierce Brosnan in it, like as Bond for the first time, and it's interesting because he is like so handsome and like fucking good hair, like slim little body kind of
every sort of what is he there, about 40 would you say?
I think he's like maybe late 30s.
Sorry, about
mid to late 30s.
Because you feel like even every mum would be like, oh my god, like.
And he's like, to be fair, like he's not really. The other thing with Brosnan is that he doesn't really have much of a sense of humour. He can't really play off the.
Right.
And we could talk about this. Would be good to talk about like who is your favourite Bond, like out of all the Bonds.
Out of all of them, it'd be interesting. Okay. What about you?
Well, I would probably have to say that actually I was thinking about it that Daniel Craig is probably, because Daniel Craig can do both the seriousness of Brosnan and he can do like a bit of the humour. Like there's a funny bit, I don't know if you've seen it, it's in which one's it in? It's one with Leah Seydoux.
Skyfall.
It's not Skyfall, it's another.
Casino Royale?
It's the one after Skyfall.
Spectre. Oh no,
Spectre.
Quantum of Solace.
No, I think it's Spectre.
Spectre.
Yeah, and he's in this thing, and like he's in this hotel room, and he's like watching for time, and then like a little mouse comes out of the thingy, and he's been drinking this big bottle of vodka, and then he gets a gun like that, and he goes, "Who are you working for?"
Yeah. Oh, that's in that one.
I think I remember that. Actually.
Yeah, and I was like, that's actually.
Good,
I watched it recently, and it made me laugh. Right. I was like,
yeah.
I feel like Daniel Craig probably.
He is good with that. Even in Casino Royale, where he has an heart attack, and he gets like that woman gets the defibrillators, brings her back to life, and he just kind of goes,
yeah.
And he's like, "You okay?" She's like, "Me." And he stands up, and then I think the people are going, "Get yourself up to hospital," and he's just like, I just need to finish this poker game first. And she's like, "You're serious not going to go back in there? Shirt's already off, buttons his jacket up," and he just goes, "I wouldn't dream of it." And then walks off, and it's like, only Daniel could pull that off.
Well, it also seems like at this point, like even the way you were describing Pierce Brosnan, that when he's like in the bed and he's shirtless, he's got like the Burt Reynolds like
opposite to Craig, innit?
Yeah, exactly.
Craig's like muscular to
exactly, and it's in that period, like the 90s was, look, we've got all this new technology, look at all this cool, like everything's gonna look sick, like, and there's so much we can level up, but they still are like, they're like, we'll use all the tropes of the Bond films. He'll still say shaken not stirred, he'll still say Bond, James Bond, and then it seemed like the Daniel Craig ones are like, we're not going to allude to that too much, like it's been overdone now,
like 10 years on
But so who's your favourite Bond?
I'd say Pierce. I think maybe because it's obviously I've got a lot of
when you grew up, as you was growing up,
and I've got like a lot of. I feel like I'll watch 90s films more than any other decade. Like obviously, like we've done Face Off, and I've mentioned like Con Air and just any sort of Arnie film, or Bruce Willis, Mel Gibson, like whatever film. So like I'll probably just sway more towards Pierce, but Daniel Craig is.
To be fair, like I reckon if I was to rate him, it'd go Daniel Craig, Brosnan.
I think them two are the two easy
then
top two for me.
Roger Moore.
Okay.
Yeah.
I kind of rated Roger Moore on the sly.
To be fair, I've not really watched a lot of their Bond films back in the 70s and 80s.
It's difficult to. This is the thing with a Bond film is that it's difficult to stay engaged.
Yeah, sometimes
because
it's
I think when you're older and you've watched sicker films and that, like
true.
It's always the same sort of storyline, isn't it? Like
and it's
same
like
scenarios. They're at a casino. He gets a girl.
But it's like when that tank when the tank comes out of the that's probably my favorite scene when the tank comes out of the wall.
Yeah.
And it's like bam, bam,
Yeah,
bam, bam.
it's like
them moments of Bond, I'm like yes, and like when he dives off the fucking thing and like
So
gets
good.
in the plane, I'm like that is some sick shit. But all the rest of the machinations, the scheming of the fucking Russians and all that kind of shit, I'm like,
it's a bit like, and it's so like. You watch it and be like, oh, is it the Russians again? It's always the bloody Russians. And you can tell why people in the 90s are like, oh, we should be worried about them Russians, because every single film, the enemy to the spies are the Russians.
Yeah, because I think there's even a quote in it where the Russian woman says something like, oh, we're good now. Or something like, we're making good progress, the land of, it's the country of opportunities now.
Right.
Or something like that, where she's basically saying, we're not as bad as everyone's saying. But yeah, like, probably one of my favourite scenes is even like the car montage at the beginning where he's just driving, he's just being dead cool, he's got a woman in his car, he's showing off to another woman. Do you know what I mean? He's just being so smooth and casual, like, do you know what I mean? Would you say Bond is up there as like the smoothest like character in film history, maybe? Or like one of them?
Maybe.
Smoothest.
Do you know what I mean? Like kind of like smoothest, coolest. Kind of like gets away with like all the stuff you mentioned where like, oh, he's a misogynistic like pig and
I don't know, it's difficult to define it, to define smoothness, because like obviously there's loads of smooth characters, like
that's what I mean. It's just like he's definitely in the mix, isn't he?
Yeah, no, he is like the quintessential like
he's like the guy who like before, like back in the day,
but he's not that. I mean, it depends though, because like I'm trying to think of someone who's like dead cool and slick, like there like Guy Ritchie, some Guy Ritchie films, like I don't know, there's by today's standards you'd be like, you know, that James Bond, a bit of a gimp.
But he's not flawed. There's no flaw to him really. Like it's as if like all the fights, doesn't get shot. He's a sick martial artist. He can see 10 steps ahead and make barrels fall in place. Gets any woman. Has snappy lines.
Can do what he wants and still keeps his job.
Do
you know what I mean? Like
so
even speaks to.
It's almost like he's untouchable in a way. Like
that's what I mean. Because I feel like Bond is like everyone's always when it's come out like who's the next Bond. Like everyone's been. I think Daniel Craig obviously did his last Bond film, didn't he? Like 5 years ago, and everyone's like, who's going to be the next Bond?
They say it's going to be Aaron Taylor-Johnson, right?
Oh yeah. They're talking about Idris, was it?
Well, they said that a while
for
ago,
a moment,
but I don't think they're going to do that.
So you never know, like Karl Porter. I think he's sick.
Yeah, it could be.
I'd jump off that thing.
They went mad when.
Sorry, mate, I forgot to knock.
So what's your favourite? What's your favourite scene then? The car.
I reckon so. Maybe like you mentioned about him doing a lot of like, you know, like with the car, and like you mentioned, like I think like just his one-on-one kind of thing when he's just being dead cool with like a woman or something. Not so much the storyline where it's all the scheming, like you mentioned.
Yeah.
Like the tank scene where he's fucking. There's a bit where he crushes bare cars and he's in the tank and he goes. And then drives on again. Do you know what I mean? So it's probably one of those, like, you know,
the set pieces in it was
I think so,
and all the cool like cars from the 90s and stuff, like even the shit cars in the scene are like, whoa, cool cars from the 90s, like that kind of.
What
was your favourite scene?
Maybe the tank one, and then maybe the only one where I was really like the Judi Dench scene. I was like, oh, this is the only part that seems kind of real, like Judi Dench is talking to like a human. Like rather than being like Bond,
like
it's probably the best part of the script, in it, where they're not, where it stops being like innuendo-y, and it starts being like a normal dramatic kind of dialogue. Do you know what I mean?
I agree.
Yeah, because it seems like the Daniel Craig films have that way more, like that it's a bit more. It's not as corny. A lot of this film is corny. So either of those two, but the tank scene, I was like,
it was just sick. It was just like you said, she's buzzing as well. She's getting kidnapped and she's looking back, going,
she's like, oh my god,
he chased me in a tank. Fucking chase me. The gunshots in that, I just wanted to point out the noise of the sound effects, man. It's so fucking nice, aren't it?
Yeah, they're great. No, they are great.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
Proper game.
The Wilhelm scream, I'm sure I heard like 3 or 4 times. You know the Wilhelm scream.
Yeah.
That thing where it goes. It's like in every movie. Like you can find it. Goes,
So, best. It's difficult to rate best performance in this because obviously it is a James Bond film. It's like first outing as Bond. He fucking did it pretty sick, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah,
true.
he was dead. Yeah, he was fucking sick as fuck. Like, if you put.
Do you know what? I think I prefer Tomorrow Never Dies. You know. Or maybe it's just I've not watched that as much.
Yeah,
maybe we should do that.
Watch Tomorrow Never Dies.
Well, should we try and every once in a while? Should we try and do a different Bond?
Yeah.
And do a film from a different Bond and then go.
Let's do it, Phil.
All right, we won't.
If we can.
I just saw your face expression change rapid, like just taking a swig and you just went, yeah. What do you want to do Tomorrow Never Dies next?
Tomorrow?
Yeah, dude.
It never dies.
Stamper.
Right.
If you have to, like,
Best performance.
put Bond to the side because he is the.
Put Bond to the side. Flimnickers to the side. Go on. No, go on. Yeah.
So put him to the side because we know he's the alpha male. He's obviously the, like you said.
Go on.
Like, he's like the main guy in it. So like, if you have to couldn't pick him, who would you pick?
Dench.
Dench,
Big
mate.
denture. The hench dench.
She's just got a sick 30 seconds there.
Yeah, exactly. I know she's barely in it, but this is what the very.
She's a scene stealer, isn't she?
Yeah, I was like,
She grabs the scene, she runs off with it in the back of a taxi. You never see her.
And she'll stop the taxi and open the window and go, "Come back alive."
What have you got one letter for a name for? Yes, she's pretty good, but then
I'd probably pick maybe the Russian lady.
You love her that
good.
much?
Yeah.
as in the evil one.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, both of them, I feel like
She's
stand
such a
out.
Have you ever had a
caricature.
wank to that?
I'm married, Benjamin.
I've never had a wank.
I know
Cut
wank.
this off and I'll tell you the full fucking story in 1995 when it premiered, Ben. I was only 3, but I was going... The reflection in the water. I'm
Was that a lullaby
that was
that
me
they'd
when I was
sing you
3
to
years
bed?
old. Yeah, see reflection in the water.
Who's doing that to you?
But even Boris, he was like pretty funny.
No,
Boris.
I hated Boris.
Alan
Character.
Cumming.
Yeah, it's a bit of a, I mean,
Alan Cumming.
what was Cracker's name?
Cracker.
The guy who played Cracker, one with the Rush. He's like, my knee
all right,
hurts."
Robbie Coltrane.
Yeah,
Oh,
Robbie
yeah.
Coltrane, he was decent. Even though,
Yeah, he was
again,
good.
he's in it for... Because he's in quite a few of Pierce's films.
Yeah, I think
He's
he
in World's
makes
Not
an
Enough as well.
appearance. Yeah, in World's
So
Not
maybe
Enough.
Tomorrow Never Dies, I don't know, but...
Okay.
I'd probably say... I don't know her name, but... Fame K. Jennison or something. The one who plays the...
Right, yeah.
I can't... I'm
Okay, look her
shit
up.
pronouncing names.
What, you think she's performance of the film?
Not performance of the film, but I'd say like her or
Yeah.
the other lady.
Right.
I feel like one of those two, because they're mainly in it, aren't they? As much as I mean, Sean Bean as well.
James, you're inconscionable.
Don't love Scene Bean.
You're incorrigible, did
Yeah.
she say, or something like that?
Yeah.
You encourage him, and he goes, "Let's do that evaluation, shall we?" The first kiss, every time he kisses a girl, they go.
Surely he's got to have some kind of like.
I'm watching it like that.
He never whips out a Johnny, does he?
Nah, I never.
No,
Nah, he'll probably
he
like.
must have STIs.
Nah, he probably just come.
Just shagging all different types of.
Cum doesn't even come out, mate. So he still
What,
comes,
is
but
it-
don't come out because he's that fucking sound anyway. It's just like.
Yeah.
Do
Do you reckon like they give you that extension like once you become Bond they go here's the fucking cum extension where like, when you cum it goes
Or does the tip of your penis open? And
yeah
yeah.
yeah.
But maybe the other Russian girl, she was like
Natalia
Natalia Pegaguy.
yeah, probably.
Natalia Pokey Bumwang.
Natalia Cookchair. Yeah.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
she's
Natalia black guy fucks your wife, husband and wife. Cook porn.
That's the entire surname.
Yeah. What about you?
What about me?
Who's your favourite performance?
What about me? Five performance. It was probably.
If it's not Bond.
If it's not Bond, who is it?
James.
My name's
Wong.
No, the best performance of the film, I think, goes to, probably Pierce Brosnan. Sorry, that was drawn out, wasn't it?
Do you want some trivia?
Let's have
Who's
some
your
trivia.
favourite performance? I can't fucking get any word out.
It's other than Bond, the only scene where I was like, "That's good acting," was Judi Dench.
Oh yeah.
I'm afraid. Sorry to disappoint you.
No, it's not.
I love
I
the
know
old
she had
women in every
30
film.
seconds.
First Julie Walters, now Judi Dench.
I don't think I even said Julie Walters. did
No,
I?
I'm joking.
I didn't know the difference between them either.
I know, yeah, it's mad that being at phone. You were like, Julie Walters, she's sick in this film. She's like, you want to piss your life or what up the wall, Bond? That's fine with me.
Yeah, imagine swapping characters.
All right,
going
don't
to
you-
Billy like,
Don't lose your
you're a
blob.
misogynist dinosaur, Billy.
Yeah.
Computer graphics were used to create the famous gun barrel opening, making this movie the first James Bond film to use CGI.
Sick.
Pretty good, right?
Yeah, makes sense. We're in the 90s now.
Ralph Fiennes auditioned for James Bond. He replaced Dame Judi Dench as M in Skyfall.
Oh, interesting. Ralph
Yeah,
Fiennes.
because he says a line in
Fiennes.
Skyfall where he goes, "Are you ready to get back to work, James?" And Daniel Craig goes, "Yes, Din 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 din." Anyway, ruin that again.
The first completely original James Bond film without reference to any Ian Fleming novel or short story. So they were like, right, we've got this character, let's just write it from scratch.
Okay.
So I didn't know
Decent.
that. Yeah. James,
That's probably why the script, like the actual story, was kind of flimsy, but all the set pieces were set because they were sitting around going, right, we can do anything.
exactly.
What about if we get Bond? Yeah, he comes off the cliff and he goes straight into the plane. Do you know what I mean? Like they could be proper animated with it.
Yeah.
But it wasn't an animation, was it?
But it did use CGI. Dame Judi Dench's glass of bourbon is really apple juice.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, she does pick it up in a weird way where she's like, "I need to show this to the camera." Never want sarcasm. Ask my children. Thank you very much.
But yes.
Oh, okay.
Go on.
So, Famke Janssen, who plays On the Top.
Yeah, that's the one I couldn't pronounce.
Yeah, she performed some of her own driving stunts. So she was like, in that scene, she was like, "I'll do it, don't worry.
Fair enough.
I'll drive the Ferrari around."
Fair play to her.
Sir Roger Moore paid a visit to the set to see his son Christian Moore, who was working as a third assistant director. He quipped that early tests of Pierce Brosnan hadn't worked out, so he was brought back. What?
That was him.
He quipped that early tests of Pierce Brosnan hadn't worked out, so he was brought back.
Right, yeah, no, I think he was joking.
Right.
He was joking to them, being like on set, being like, "Yeah, they didn't work out, so they had to get me back."
Yes. Okay,
Right.
I see what you mean. Okay. Goldeneye is the nickname of James Bond creators Ian Fleming's beach house front in Jamaica, where
No
between
way.
1952 and 1964 he wrote Bond novels and short stories.
No way.
Okay.
Imagine that life of Ian Fleming there, just fucking in the Bahamas, is it? Where-
Jamaica.
In Jamaica there, mate, just like writing Bond novels.
Typewriter, just
Yeah,
looking at
like beach there,
Yeah.
nice breeze, and he's
Right
just
after the war.
playing that song.
Yeah. As he's writing it.
playing Goldeneye.
Like we're little gimps with our fucking WWE theme tunes going, "On this day, comedy is our life," and he's just going, "Did it din, did it din, did it din, 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 din." Right, and Goldeneye, sick.
Oh wow, okay. Pierce Brosnan hurt his hand in the bathroom at his house in Malibu before shooting began. So in several shots, his hands were doubled by his 22-year-old son, Christopher Brosnan, who was one of the staff there, which is mad. So one of them is when he's doing the laser.
So Brosnan's son was in it, and Roger Moore's son was involved as well.
Involved as well. But the scene where he's like, with the laser thing, that's his son's hand.
No way.
That's mad, isn't
I
it?
have to watch that one.
There must have been a lot of hide in his hand then in this, yeah.
Thought I had a thin little wrist.
Little baby hands there. There's no hair on his hands.
The most successful James Bond movie since Moonraker, 1979.
Wow.
90,000 cans of Perrier water were used in the collision between the tank and the Perrier truck.
Oh, I remember that. I remember that being
seen
in
that
the Guinness Book of World Records. I think.
Wow!
Oh, wow.
Way.
I think like around the time, like the 2000s, it was like
the most bottles of fucking
Right,
thing
use.
yeah.
So funny. What a mad bit of trivia you've got
No,
from
it's
it.
okay.
Guinness for Guinness. I can't. What was it called? The Book of Records. That was like everyone had one of them in their home, didn't they? Another bit of trivia. It says that on the trivia.
Everyone had a book there.
Everyone had the thing that I can't pronounce. The
So-
first of the James Bond movies to be released on DVD.
No way.
Remember the front cover still, me?
DVD.
Oh yeah.
DVD, 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 DVD.
So the Living Daylights, is that a different
That's
Bond film?
that's Timothy Dalton.
Yeah, one of
Right,
his two
so-
films he did.
Sean Bean auditioned to be Bond in that film.
No
He
way.
was like, "Let me be Bond."
But
and
me
they
must
were
be
like,
well young.
We'll
Got
bring
like-
you up. You can be 006.
We can't have a Northern Bond.
No,
Yeah.
can we fuck? We can't. They don't even want to blow.
The
Last
na-
orders.
The name's Bond.
Yeah, imagine.
James Bond.
James Bond. Throw the Goldeneye to Sauron.
To be fair, Sauron is like a big eye, isn't it?
Yeah, it is
Oh,
actually in
yeah.
top of the tower.
Massive eye.
In my
Right, so what we're rating it then out of
Yeah.
5? What do we rate this film? I think that you should go first, Carl,
Who, me?
because you're.
I mean, like I said, 90s is my go-to films. It's going to be between a 2 and a 3 in terms of like when you actually watch it.
Interesting.
You know what I mean? I'd never give it a 5 or a 4 because, you know what I mean, it's not
You're not
touching The
looking-
Departed
Yeah,
or
yeah.
Silence of the Lambs, what we've based it on. But yeah, I think like when you do watch it, like the general acting, the storyline, it's a bit myth. It's just like the same sort of scenario in each of the Bond films. Every single one you watch in the 90s onwards, it's got the same setup of whatever. So, but you know, it is funny. It's a classic. It's my favourite Bond. One of my favourite Bond movies. In all fairness, probably touching number 1.
Really? Favorite Bond film of all
One
time?
of my favourite film up there
Yeah.
with. Pardon me. Tomorrow Never Dies. I'm not gonna lie. Tomorrow Never Dies is close with it. I feel like even
I
you
might actually watch it tonight, you know.
might watch it tomorrow. You know. 'Cause it's
I might
not fair
watch
if you watch it tonight and then I watch it tonight. Because I'll be just going, what about this scene, Ben? You're just going, up it. But yeah, I'll probably give it. I don't know. Probably give it a 2.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. What about you,
I'll
Phil?
probably give it a 2 as well. That's what I
2?
was thinking, yeah. Because
Right.
I don't think it's bad, but I just
Yeah.
if we're going off the other ratings, I'm like, I
That's what I'm
enjoyed
basing it off, really.
Yeah, I enjoyed it, but it's not like a 3 is like, to me, I'm like, that's a pretty good film and I'm going to watch it. Whereas this was like, that's entertaining and it's like, oh, fun Bond. And it's
Yeah.
like, for the time, it would have been like, you go to the cinema and watch it and you're like 30 odd and you're like, you've seen a couple of the other ones, you're like, okay, this is what Pierce is doing with this. It's pretty good, I like it. But watching it 30 years later,
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I get it, but and there's good bits in it, but it's not like, whoa, that was sick.
Mm.
That's
And
what I mean,
also-
yeah, like with other films we've watched, I guess. So that's
Yeah.
what I've based it off.
And also,
yeah.
Ace of Base and
Yeah.
Rolling Stones were originally going to do the. I'm finding my trivia.
So
We're originally
it
going to
is
do
the
the
soundtrack.
theme tune. Do you know
Oh.
Ace of Base? All that she wants
Yeah,
is
yeah.
another baby.
Oh, is that
Yeah,
them?
yeah, that's
oh,
them. I think anyway. And Rolling Stones almost did it.
All that she wants is another golden eye.
Yeah. Here's another chance to do.
I
a Bond
gotta
film.
get Goldeneye and did it instead of Satisfaction.
Oh yeah, yeah. I can't get no gold. I can't get golden eye.
Yeah.
Oh wait.
Go on, Phil.
This is technically the first James Bond film in which a character is audibly heard using the expletive fuck, albeit in Russian rather than English. Xenia on the top says, "Bliat" or "Biat."
Oh,
which is fuck.
that
in
means
Russian.
fuck.
Poker game.
Yeah, "Biat." Yeah,
Oh.
I thought you said bitch.
I thought she had biatch.
yeah.
Yeah.
Biatch, yeah.
"Biat."
You got?
Okay, interesting. Yeah, so I'm giving it a 2, and that's all my trivia for you. What about you, Ben?
I think it's a 3. Like I'm gonna give it a 3 because I felt like it was a 3.
Okay.
No, yeah, I thought it was a 3. Good. I think just 'cause it's like nostalgic in it, Bond. It's like
That sort of thing, yeah.
it's the set pieces are sick. Like it hooks you in. Yeah, this is the thing. Is it's like it hooks you in with that big opening sequence, and then you're into it, and then it wanes towards like they're in the Boris and the Russian and all that, and then when they're
Yeah.
all in Russia and all the shit, like I said, and then the tank comes. I don't know. It just kind of It's
All
good.
right, it's a 3.
Yeah.
You've convinced me.
Yeah,
it's a
you know
3.
what? And I also was like digesting the fact that I gave fucking Face Off a 3.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
can't
yeah,
like
yeah.
give
It's a
Goldeneye
3.
Yeah,
a 2 where I'd rather watch Goldeneye.
Yeah, I'd rather watch
yeah.
Goldeneye than Face
Yeah,
Off.
so I give it a
Right,
strong
right.
3 now. So yeah,
Okay.
thank you. Because
I give it a weak 3.
I
Yeah.
give it a strong 3.
I was thinking like, because to be fair, like, I've put that on a few times, being like, yeah, let's just have a bit of Goldeneye on.
Right,
Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
it's just
not,
that, like you said, it's a nostalgic feel
Yeah.
of like,
Yeah.
shit, it's this like.
and also like when I was like 10 years old, if you would have said, what would you rather watch, Billy Elliot or
Oh, 100%.
oh, Goldeneye. all
Goldeneye.
day.
Definitely Goldeneye.
and I would have been like, Goldeneye would have been a 5-star.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Do you know
'cause
what
I think-
Like,
I think even when I'm 32 now, like if I do watch it and I see scenes like when he's coming through the wall in the tank, like you literally go, fucking yeah, how sick's this? Like you
Yeah,
just kind of get
fair.
that feel, don't you?
no,
for it?
but I think you should keep your.
No, I don't.
Yeah, I don't
believe in
think you
my
can
own-
change it
Oh,
now.
you can because it's not fucking weakest link. But I will I will hold my hands up and say I'm sorry to give it a 2.
Go on then,
Based-
hold your hands up. There we go. Yeah, he's saying it's a 3.
giving it a 3 now.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll give it a 3 now because I feel like everything you've said and looking back as well. Like if I was to watch like a 90s classic with Bond and my favourite Bond as well, and I mentioned it's like one of my all-time favourite Bond films. Like why wouldn't I give it a 3 in a way? Where I've just explained that. So
We didn't ask you who your favourite Bond was.
oh yeah.
Well, I've only really ever seen Pierce Brosnan and Daniel Craig.
Right.
So
give
probably-
me an answer.
Probably Daniel Craig.
Oh, is it Daniel Craig? You muppets, you two. Aren't you? Oh, he comes out the fucking sea and he's fit. Not fucking go-to gimps. No, I'm
You
joking.
said that,
But no, I'll stick with Pierce.
But we'll watch more and then
Yeah.
we'll decide.
If you had like to be like his lover, like who would you rather be, Daniel Craig or Pierce?
What in terms of getting shagged off him?
Well, yeah, like you're just in a relationship
Probably
with
Daniel,
them.
innit?
Really?
What in yeah, he's
But
fucking-
don't you like? But Pierce is your favourite.
No, but I don't know.
Pierce?
Like, he's a bit boring though, isn't he? Like,
Yeah,
when it comes
yeah.
to like women and stuff, all he does, he'll just go. The one-worded little answer.
But Pierce Brosnan's looking better with age than Daniel Craig is.
Yeah.
Like sometimes
I
I,
don't
see,
know about that, you know.
I see him with his beard and he's like piercing, and I'm like, fucking hell, Brosnan.
I don't know. I feel like that particular scene in Casino. I know we're drifting towards on the film, but that particular scene where he gets out and he's like nearly 40 there, and he's
in
absolute-
Casino Royale.
No,
Oh,
yeah,
God.
Yeah, yeah.
Daniel Craig, because he's like he's late 50s now,
Yeah.
and he just looks like
Little blue trunks.
shredded to
Yeah,
fuck,
no,
like,
he's fresh.
in
He
his
is fresh.
absolute prime. Like he's been doing films for years before then, but yeah, I feel like he looks more fresher.
Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah.
you think Daniel Craig? Who would you rather? I love how this is how we.
Who would
end
you
all
rather
the
get
podcast.
shagged off?
Yeah.
But I'm the question master.
Here we go again.
No. Probably.
I'd rather get punched by Sean Connery.
yeah. I'd rather get raped by Sean Connery.
Timothy.
That's genuine. No, I'd probably pick, could I not pick Roger Moore?
Yeah, sure.
Me
Yeah,
and
you
Roger.
pick whatever you want,
He's,
mate.
he's like he's a laugh.
Are you both the same age, or is he like an 80-year-old man and you're?
Yeah, he's an older man. Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
You're like an
He's
older man.
83. You're
Yeah.
just like, yeah, man, what you
Is he
say?
even still alive?
Sean Connery's dead, isn't he?
Sean Connery
Yeah.
died.
91 or
yeah.
something he died at.
Yeah,
Sir
yeah.
Sean Connery.
Yeah,
Got an
yeah,
Oscar.
yeah.
Got this,
Trying to think who else. You got Roger Moore, you got Timothy Dalton, you got George he did one-
Lazenby.
Is that his name?
Yeah.
George Lazenby. So how many is this? 6 Bonds?
Yeah. I think
It's
so.
There's a
missing
big
him,
one
innit?
we're missing. Yeah, there's one we're missing. I'm sure. Another big one.
But yeah, so yeah, 3 stars from
3
me.
stars.
You've changed your tune. You've changed your tune. It's a 3
It's a
across the
3.
board, is it?
3
And then
across
I'm
the
a
board.
Pierce fan, and you two are like, Daniel Craig fans.
But you know he's Irish.
Who?
Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Daniel Craig's a huge Liverpool fan.
Is it?
Yeah,
Well,
man.
he's from
He's fro-
Chester. He's from
Yeah,
Chester,
yeah.
isn't
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's love, and he's
Was it?
Irish. I knew that.
They're all British, aren't they?
he? Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
I wonder if
definitely.
there'd ever be like an American band.
Fucking hell, that's the whole name. Fucking point of the film, then. You was proper like, do you know he's Irish?
Right, sweet. Yeah. So I mean, we've that's done now. We've definitively done Goldeneye. We may come back and do Tomorrow Never Dies, but
In the future, 100%.
in the future, who knows what happened in the future?
You never know what's going to happen in the
Who
future.
knows what Bond film you're going to watch in the future?
Yeah, yeah.
Who knows?
A Good Day to Die, maybe.
Mm.
Skyfall.
Mm.
Casino Royale.
Live and Let Lie.
Live and let die.
Live and let die.
Live and let lie. Live and let fucking
How
lie.
many times have I screwed up on this pod? Goldfinger.
Cold finger.
Gold toes. Right, sweet. Well, goodbye, everyone. I hope you have a nice
Thanks very much for watching the Silver Screen Time podcast. I've been Karl Porter. This is Ben Silver. This is Phil Sutton. Tune in next week for another episode of Summit Portions.
Yeah,
What?
and tell your friends to sign up for the Patreon.
Sign up,
and all
yeah.
that.
Literally be like, what film should we do? Put it in the comments.
Yeah, put the films in the comments. What you think
I mean,
we
you
should
want to
do.
watch? If you watch a film and you go, "What about this one?"
Yeah.
Comment and we'll go. We'll
Yeah.
give that a watch.
Someone the other day said you should do Cloud Atlas. That would be funny.
Did they?
Yeah.
You should have told them to get the fuck out of our DMs and start recommending. No, I'm joking. No.
He's probably only one of the subscribers.
We love you.
Please
We'll
stay.
do that one.
Cloud Atlas. I've never seen it actually.
Hanks,
Yeah,
haven't
I
seen
won't mind doing that.
We never know. We
Bust it
might
out.
do.
What about live?
But what I'm saying is, give us.
What about the film I suggested and you all said, fuck off? No one wants an alien film, we'll take you at all. But yeah, thank you very much, everyone. And
Thanks,
we'll
everyone.
see you next week.
Shaggy Dads.